Hello and welcome back to this survival let's play on Jack Pine. As you've probably already seen, it's 13:03 now, and I spent the entire morning doing a bit of logging. So you'll have seen 3 trips to the sawmill, which just took us from, we had just over £200 up to 10,712. Now the reason for that is we need to get some sort of crop in the ground, which means we're going to need some new equipment. And the crop that I'm going to go for is potatoes. The reason for that basically is I'm not going to have the money for the equipment to do arable crops, in particular a harvester, when it comes to that. I think I'm going to have to do an awful lot of logging to get anywhere near that sort of money, and it's going to take quite a long time. So if I go to potatoes, you've got some quite cheap equipment for that. Even on the Grimmy pack, some of it's still fairly affordable. The only problem with this is all of that is too high horsepower for our tractor, which, what are we there, 45 horsepower for our tractor. So if we go and have a look here, this planter 43, so we're right on the limit there. We've got the topper, which is only 15, and we've got that machine there that brings them out the ground. That's only 10. So we're going to purchase this in red and yellow for 1400, and we're going to go across to the seed. There is 1400 for 2100. However, if you go across to pig food, this should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. You can buy a standard pallet of potatoes for 550, which also gives you 2100. So I'm going to get a couple of them. You can buy them in the bulk, but I know fine well our tractor won't pick that up. I haven't got a big enough weight for it to do that. So we'll jump in here. We'll attach this first and get some filled up, and it'll give us a bit of weight on the back. I don't think that's going to be enough potato wise yet. Right, so as we can see there, it's filling it. Even just the single one there, you can see how heavy it is. Oh well, that looks terrible. Right, we'll put that back down. I wonder if we put that plough on the back. I wonder if that'll make it a bit more stable. If not, I might just have to buy a really large weight. Although I don't particularly want to be spending the money on it. See if this makes it a little bit better. No, it's still going to be too heavy, isn't it? Yep. Right, I think there's nothing for it. We'll just have to get quite a large weight and spend the money on that. I think that's going to be too much, that. I think we'll rip the tractor in half. Right, so 900 on that. Let's see if that's enough now. It always goes to the back, doesn't it? Right, let's give this another go. There we go. Just leave this weight up here. Right, we'll get these vehicles back and then we can get started. Right, so we're back down at the farm. I'm going to park this just on the edge here. And we'll get started. I don't think there's going to be anywhere near enough potatoes there to get these in, but we'll see. That's going down so quickly. I am just going to be filling this constantly, I think. So I definitely think that for this first sort of cycle through the seasons, that potato is going to be the best one. Just simply because of the outlay and equipment. And not just the outlay, but like I was saying up there, the horsepower requirement for that equipment as well. I think getting a second tractor is definitely something we're going to have to look at, even if we can get up to towards 90 horsepower for a second one. Right. That's it empty already. Okay, so as you can probably guess, it's going to take some time. It's only, I'm sure it said it was something like a 0.8 meter width, something like that. It isn't very wide. And the constant back and forth to refill it. So we'll put a time lapse on, and I don't know, it's probably going to be a good, at least a minute, maybe a little bit more. So we'll be back soon. Okay, we're back. I am absolutely amazed that that hasn't used both of them pallets. Because I know when I've used potatoes before, it uses so many. I'm just gonna go around the headland again, just right on the edge, because I know there was some bits that I missed when I initially went round. And I think especially for, at the beginning, for our first crop, we need as many as possible in the ground. It actually didn't take as long either as what I thought it was going to be. I thought it might have been a little bit longer than that. Right, I think we're pretty much back around to where we started. So we'll get this lifted. Right, the other thing I want to do today as well is get our first shed up. So obviously we have 7,300 to play with, so that pretty much takes us to these ones. That will build shelter. And that. And I know that one, that wooden shed, that's a bit small. Right. We'll have a look at this one. We'll see if we can move them first. It might be colliding with the those pallets. Right, now they're moved, hopefully I'll be able to get it how I want. Yeah, it's a lot better. I wanted further over here because if you look in that space between the field and where I'm going to put the shed, basically, I don't know if I've already mentioned it or not, but long term, I want to put in a road between here and the store, so I'm not having to go all the way around every time. But that's going to take a lot of work and over a long period of time. So if I leave that space there, then that should give us the room to do that. Okay, so that's our first shed up there. Now look at getting these put inside. Just before we go, I'm going to go down to the bottom here. I really should have took the pickup, shouldn't I? Would have been a lot faster. Right. The reason I've come down here is this space here that's just naturally cleared. I haven't done anything to this. This is how it was. I need to decide what we're going to do with it. Are we going to plough it up and put a crop in it, which ultimately will be potatoes? Are we going to put some sort of animal paddock on there? Sheep possibly? Or do we plough it up and put grass in? Either ready for sheep the next sort of season round, or even to start doing bales to sell. So if anyone has any ideas or any particular recommendations, then please feel free to let us know. Because I really am undecided on what I want to do with it. Initially I was going to plough it up and get another crop in, just basically use it as a second field, but I'm not sure as it stands. I think this still might need one. Yeah, it does. One lot of fertiliser on it. We'll have to do that another time though. So today we've managed to get our field full of potatoes, and we've also got our first shed up. Even if it does look like it's going to fall down again. So we're going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.